So, what is Pakistan? A country driven by the army, an army with a country, or is it a hybrid democracy? So, what is a hybrid democracy? A hybrid democracy, according to some, is a situation where the army or some other body runs the country with some democratic names which are selected slash elected. So that's the situation that's prevailing in Pakistan for a while now. And this came about, I think, because of the Lugar Amendment, which said that any aid from the United States to Pakistan would be cut off if they go back to military dictatorship. That was something that happened many years ago, but the amendment is still in place. So that kind of puts a crimp on things. That's why they have this facade of a democracy. That is my opinion. Now, what has been happening is General Bajwa is supposed to have called up the Deputy Secretary of State, Wendy Sherman, requesting early disbursement of the next loan or the next tranche, which is about $1.2 billion. This is resuming a particular loan that was already in play with IMF. This is a resumption of a loan that was already being taken from the IMF by Pakistan. Now, what is happening is IMF is going off for vacation for the next 3 weeks. And I think there are people nervous in Pakistan. They are not sure by the time they come back, and then they vote again. And the board has to finally approve this. Why is it becoming such a problem? First off, IMF is not sure that Pakistan will carry out the steps required to continue to complete a particular disbursement. They have taken loans 22 times from IMF. Only once they completed all the way through. So what it means is every time IMF gives a loan, it's like X of a big number, like 10%, 5%, and they'll say, okay, you need to meet these targets. Once you meet these targets, then we will give you the next tranche. Unfortunately, out of 22 times, 21 times, Pakistan just stopped it midway and abandoned it. So there is a track record of Pakistan not honoring its commitments with IMF. So this is the big sticking point in my opinion. However, the problem that Pakistan faces today is that its economy is collapsing. 220 million people, and they're all looking towards military and saying, help us out. How are you going to help us out? And no answers, no easy answers. They, again, Bajwa being the general, he is the one that people are looking at to go and plead the case for them. Now, Pakistan is putting on a brave face and saying that we are also talking to Saudi Arabia and China. Now, let's take a look at it. Why should either of these countries give loans to Pakistan? What does Pakistan have to give in return? Well, as far as China is concerned, the 𝗣cie project was one of those things. However, the 𝗣cie project is supposed to go through the more densely populated areas of Pakistan. I think they are going to see a lot of pushback. Already, the Balochis have been attacking Chinese engineers. You've seen some videos in PGurus itself about this. So there is some nervousness for China to go ahead with the 𝗣cie program. If they cut their losses today, then the whole China premise falls through. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Already, it is believed that Pakistan has given the operation of all its international airports to China, which means China essentially monitors who is coming and going, and perhaps even make sure that the terminals, the airport and the terminals are up and running all the time. Again, this is a premise. Nobody has confirmed nor denied it. Now, what's going to happen with Saudi Arabia? For some years, Pakistan was essentially maintaining the security of the princely family. And I believe that arrangement has been stopped now. Saudi Arabia has its own security, so they probably don't need Pakistanis. In fact, if anything, they've been sending back a lot of Pakistani immigrants who are working in Saudi Arabia back to Pakistan. This has been another reverse brain drain going on. No other country seems to be ready to accept the expat Pakistani workers. So that's another problem that they have. So all these things are now beginning to come back and bite Pakistan in the wrong place. How is it going to recover from this? Is it going to collapse under its own weight? Let's say if it's breaks up into X number of parts. who will be running these X parts? Who's going to be the authority who's going to be coming in and stepping up? Will it be parts of the same, like for example, Sindh by PPP and then Punjab by the PML and so on and so forth? Or is there going to be a different way in which the country is going to be governed? We don't know. I don't see an orderly breakup happening. I think there'll be a instability and there'll be probably riots on the streets. That will be the first sign that things are not well. Now, if the army doesn't get paid, they may not come out of the barracks to put down the riots. Wait and see if that's what's going to happen. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.